Welcome back to another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. I'm Jonathon Kidd, along with Sean Baligian. Sean, first week of the playoffs is done?
Yeah, it was great going out to a few different games at a few different venues, and some, games that we thought would go the way they did, and some games that surprised us all. I mean, that's the beauty of the playoffs. John, I love this format. One and done. Anything can happen on a given night.
All of our State Champs programming is brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. So, Sean, before our taping, I bump into LTU hockey coach Ken Gaffney. He wanted to get in on the Beanie Challenge, so here we go.
Well, I appreciate Coach Gaffney. He's a great guy, and they're doing great things out here. So go Blue Devils, right? I could say that. So thank you, and continued success to Coach Gaffney and the Blue Devils.
Quickly on the L2 hockey team, their Division III team has made the ACHA National Tournament, and it starts next week in St. Louis.
Great stuff. Congratulations. Coach Gaffney has been working hard, trying to bring some good talent in here. A lot of talent that we see in the high school ranks as well, John.
State Champs Hockey Time is presented by our friends at the Alta Equipment Company.
I have to tell you something. It was kind of funny. I was at the Walled Lake Northern and Canton game the other night, and some of the kids were kind of chirping at me a little bit in a good way. Hey, we got to get you a beanie and everything. I said, I'm not taking your beanie. That's John Kidd's thing, but nice to see those guys, and thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Congratulations on a nice season. I know it didn't end the way that you wanted, but you got yourself a win in the playoff.
All right, Sean, so we already had some regional finals that happened over the weekend, and let's start in Division I. Salem wins its fourth straight regional with a 2-0 win over the M1 Griffins.
Yeah, 5 regional championships now, going back to 2015. Coach Ossenmacher's done a tremendous job. Hey, M1 isn't going anywhere. You had a chance to talk to Coach Fox last week, if I'm not mistaken, and I had a chance to talk to him before the season started. This guy's in. He's getting talent. He's building something special out there. A nice season for M1 as well.
On Tuesday night, we had the Bay Reps with a win over Kenowa Hills to go to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about the Bay Reps. Dig a little deeper. Take a look at their schedule. They have been in it. No doubt about that. They've had a nice season. In the last couple of years, you've kind of seen them go like that as well.
All right, we stay in Division I, and congratulations to Grandville. They beat Grand Rapids Christian to head to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Coach Brazil, we've been talking about it all year. It looked like this team was, back to the level that we had grown accustomed to seeing them out. There's no doubt about it. Brendan Bourne's had a fantastic season. Ann Beck, you can't say enough about what she's been able to do in the nets for the Bulldogs. So a good team there out in Granville, and we've grown accustomed to that.
All right, we head to Division II, and congratulations to Traverse City Central. They are moving on to the quarterfinals with a win over FNV.
Well, they're firing all cylinders right now. They've got, a great guy, a great coach, obviously, in Coach Givens, but they're scoring goals. They're limiting the opposition. They've only given up a couple of goals. Dangerous team, this Trojan squad.
And they'll be taking on Marquette in the quarterfinals as the Redmen beat Escanaba for the regional title.
Yeah, Marquette's a threat to win it all. I mean, we've been saying that for a long time. This shouldn't surprise anybody. I think people that saw them know that this is such a talented team. And, John, they're a young team. They're kind of planting the seeds for being here for a few years to come.
On Monday night, we had the Division II regional final between Romeo and Anchor Bay, and congratulations to the Bulldogs on winning the regional title.
I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, John. The Bulldogs are back. This is a team that won a championship not that long ago. Vincent Ruffino having a monster year, 20 goals, 44 assists, 64 points in 25 games. Congratulations to them. An outstanding run.
All right, let's go to Division III. Warren-De Salle, they had that overtime win over UD Jesuit last week, and then they followed up on Saturday, beating Liggett for the regional title.
Those are two good wins. I mean, no doubt about that. We talked about that region being so difficult. Part of the reason it was so difficult was UD. That young team that was learning how to win as the season progressed nearly pulled off a shocker to get things going. De La Salle stayed the course, ends up winning in overtime, and beats a good Liggett team as well.
And we head out to the west side of the state. Congratulations to East Grand Rapids on beating Mattawan to advance to the quarterfinals.
EGR, great guys there. They have a great social media game, by the way, if we haven't mentioned that.
One of the best.
This is fantastic.
And we head up north for the battle between Calumet and Houghton, and then Calumet beats Houghton in overtime 3-2.
Yeah, give Calumet credit. Everything that I heard talking to a few people up there was Axel Locust put on a show. There's a reason why his name has been amongst not only the goaltenders for the Wall, but really for the best players in the state as well. Gremlins aren't going anywhere. A tremendous season from Coach Markham and his squad. Young team, look out next year. That is going to be a team to be reckoned with.
State Champs Hockey Time is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Officials are needed, people. Become an official. Go to MHSAA.com for details. Help wanted, just whistle. All right, it's time now for our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. I'm joined today by the head coach at Calumet High School, Dan Giachino. Dan, welcome back to Hockey Time. Congratulations on winning another regional championship over the weekend in Division III. You guys beat your rivals in Houghton. Just talk about that game for a little bit.
That was an awesome game, great atmosphere. We had probably 2,500 to 3,000 people at the Michigan Tech's Arena there, and Houghton's got a really good hockey team, I think our kids played really well. They worked their butts off and gave us an opportunity to get back in the game there late in the third, and we got a good tying goal from Pauly Styros, and we got the game winner in overtime. So kind of an ugly goal, but we'll certainly take it.
Now you guys are off for a week before your next game in the quarterfinals. What's going to be your guys' message throughout the week to keep these guys game ready?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a challenge. I think this time of year, though, the kids are focused. They're ready. They're wanting to play. I'm sure they're wanting to play this game on Wednesday or Thursday to get it going. But we'll just have to deal with these few extra days of time.
Just talk about the season for a little bit. That it was back to a normal season. Seems like it's been a long time, but we've had a normal season. It's the 3 weeks of the playoffs. Like you said earlier, you had a big crowd at the game on Saturday. It's back to normalcy. Just talk about how great the season's been.
Yeah, from that point of view, there was no for us, we had no issues with COVID or anything like that, and no masks, no not having limited capacity games and different things. So to have a normal 25 game schedule was awesome this year, to get get these kids back to a little bit of normalcy with their lives. And we had good crowds all year for our home games, and it was good for the kids to get back to that. And actually, funny you mentioned that. I watched I saw a video clip of our state championship game last year, and it struck me that there's not very many people there. And then I remember, we had limited crowds and stuff. So definitely don't want to go back to that. And I'm sure the kids enjoy playing in front of a big crowd.
And talk about how special is it for Calumet to have Jackson Riley in our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year and Axel Locust in our Wall Award.
Yeah, that's for them to get some recognition. Jackson's been having a great season. He drives a lot of our offense up front, and Axel's been he's been our rock for us. And behind everything, he makes a lot of our mistakes go away. And we wouldn't certainly be in the position we're in without those two guys.
Well, good luck to you guys this weekend in the Division III quarterfinal, and thank you for all your guys' support for Hockey Time throughout the season and throughout the years. And thanks again to giving Sean a Calumet Copper Kings beanie.
Yeah, he can wear that with pride.
Oh, definitely he would. So that was our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. It's time now for our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update. So, Sean, we're going to freeze our top 10 after the regional finals on Wednesday night. Could we see any changes here?
Well, yeah. I mean, if somebody blows up, John, as we always talk about, and this is where I'm sure you have the criteria up on the stream right now. So people, here's our criteria. We never deviate from this. Like, seriously, this is something, we do it during football season, we do it during hockey season, and we always tell people, here's our criteria. This is what we're looking at. Big game performance is a big part of it. If a guy comes out, and there are a few guys that are knocking on that door, if a guy comes out and puts up a monster game in one of the big games this week, can there be a change? Absolutely there can.
We're going to freeze our top 10 after the regional final, and our online vote is going to end at noon on Tuesday, March 8th. And the way it stands right now, Alex Mazuka from Salem is going to make the Final Four.
Well, this is where we tell people, here's your opportunity to punch that ticket for your guy in your community. How about Salem? They've been responding.
All right, you can cast your vote for the top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. And that was our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramus with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. And on today's Game Changers, we're going to talk about how you can improve your acceleration in sport. When an athlete increases speed, they increase their competitive edge. But there are two components of speed: top speed and acceleration. Now, top speed is the fastest you can move the human body. Acceleration, on the other hand, is reaching your top speed in the shortest time and distance possible. This is the lane that sport runs in. You're constantly accelerating, decelerating, and changing direction. Hi, I'm here with Jack today from Notre Dame Prep High School, and we're going to demonstrate the optimal position for acceleration and then a drill to do to improve your acceleration. Here's how we start. Get in a lunge position. Make sure we call splitting your hips means your back leg is straight and your front knee is driven over the top of your toe so that your shin angle is at a 45-degree angle along with your body. You want to be leaning forward. This is the optimal position for your lower body. Now with your upper body, the opposite arm is going to be at 90 degrees or parallel with the ground, and this one's going to be reaching back even a little bit further, more at a 120-degree angle. That is your optimal sprint position or acceleration position. All right, for the acceleration drill, get in the exact same position, that optimal acceleration position. Now, in the drill, you're gonna push with your front leg, you're gonna split your arms and hips, and then you're gonna punch this back knee down or back forward and low. This is what it looks like. Push, split, punch. Push, split, punch. Here we go. Push, split, punch. An athlete's ability to accelerate quickly is directly related to their ability to push into the ground and move themselves in any direction. Looking for ways to improve your athletic performance? Contact the team at DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers. For more than 25 years, the greatest honor a Michigan high school student athlete can earn, the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's High School Athlete of the Year. You're one of the tops in your sport. Prioritize education and giving back, like Cassius Winston, Megan Bobian, Rakia Jackson, and Aiden Hutchinson did. 6 male and 6 female nominees earn $1,000 of scholarship money, with $5,000 each to be awarded at an amazing red carpet gala in downtown Detroit in June. Nominations accepted through March 4th, but know this: you cannot be nominated if you don't apply. Download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com.
All right, it's time now for our Wall Award update, brought to you by our friends at Warrior Hockey. And Sean, we're going to freeze our top 10 after the regional final.
Yeah, again, John, I feel really good about this list. You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the guys at Catholic Central. There are 2 fantastic goaltenders at Catholic Central. But, John, we are in a tough position. How do you choose one? And so that's kind of the position that we've been in regard to that. We feel good about these guys. These guys are bona fide, number one, bona fide starters. So it's a position right now, John, where there's still some work that could be done, but somebody's going to have to stand on top of their head.
So once again, we're going to freeze our top 10 after the regional finals, and our online vote is going to end at noon on Tuesday, March the 8th. And the way it stands right now, Andrew Palmetier from Warrendale Salle is going to make our final four.
Give them credit. Pilots have represented, and John, just like we were talking about with Salem, your community has a chance to mount up and punch the ticket for your guy into the finals automatically. And it's always fun, John, when we sit back and talk about the player of the year while we're at USA Hockey Arena. Now we're going to have that same situation with the wall. So outstanding. Shout out to Coach Gadwa, by the way. Thanks, Ricky.
All right, so you can cast your vote for the top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. And that was our Wall Award update brought to you by our friends at Warrior Hockey.
I'm Elizabeth Kuhn, and State Champs Hockey Time is brought to you by Hystyx. Is your hockey team looking for new jerseys or apparel? The founders of Hystyx have a mission to design and create top-of-the-line jerseys for player comfort and style. Contact Hystyx at hystyx.com. They are ready to outfit your team in new jerseys and team apparel. Now we go back to Jonathan and Sean as they preview the week ahead in high school hockey.
All right, thank you very much, Elizabeth, for promoting Hystyx throughout the season.
Great job. Outstanding. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
And she's gotten some shout-outs in the locker room as well this year, too.
She should get some shout-outs. She's done a tremendous job. You know what? I like that enthusiasm because, when you're talking about the greatest sport in the world, and it is, anybody who's watching this, you know this, there's got to be some passion involved, and she has some passion, so thank you.
All right, let's preview the regional finals that are happening on Wednesday. Let's start in Division I. Lowell, Caledonia taking on the Capital City Capitals.
Yes, Kabinski, a dangerous player, 17 goals. So make no mistake about that. He is having a fantastic year. Big win over KZoo. Max Tyler had 3 points. This will be a good matchup.
And in the next regional final, we have Howell taking on Midland.
Yeah, you know what? Badgett versus Haney. Rocky's done such a good job. Coach Witt, a lot of people talking up the fantastic job he's done for the Chemics. That should be a good one.
Staying in Division I, Detroit Catholic Central taking on Lake Orion.
I saw Lake Orion. They gut-checked a win against RU. I was at that game last week. They are going to have their best game because Catholic Central is rolling right now. They really are. I think, John, the loss to De La Salle got them focused. And look out, the Shamrocks are rolling right now.
All right, and we have Port Huron Northern taking on Lance Creuse Unified.
Well, this is fantastic. One of the best goalies. You have to give Sheffer credit, no doubt about that. Boscovich, they've been getting it done. Ringstad, 4-point game. This is a tremendous matchup, Two teams that, kind of come at you in different directions. So it'll be a good one.
And finally, in Division I, we have Northville taking on Brighton.
Well, Dylan's one of the best out there. We've been talking about him all year. If you haven't figured it out yet, you really missed out. Wysotsky has had a good year. The tremendous sophomores, Baker obviously leading the way, but the tremendous sophomores, I told you, I really like that Duffney kid. Lane Pettit, Brighton is getting it going right now. Brighton is a threat to anybody.
All right, we go to Division II, and out on the west side of the state, Muskegon, Mona Shores, and Byron Center.
Well, this is the one that I think a lot of us have been looking at for a long time, John. Byron Center kind of has the marker right now, and Mona Shores wants to take it away, and Mona Shores can do what Byron Center did last year. I mean, how many people thought that Byron Center was going to knock off Hartland? And they found a way to do it and punch the ticket to USA. Darn good Mona Shores team. We talked about it since the first show we did this year.
The winner of that game will take on Hartland or Fenton-Linden.
Well, Fenton-Linden, hey, this is what we're talking about. You saw it with Hartland last week. They had a tough battle to start the playoffs out. Make no mistake about that. And one game, anything can happen.
And we have the Battle of Birmingham in Division II. Birmingham United taking on Birmingham Brother Rice.
Boy, should that be fantastic. BU's a darn good team. There's a reason that we had them ranked, John. So that will be a great test for them. Brother Rice, let me remind everybody, Brother Rice is the defending D2 champion, okay? And there are some people that are kind of dismissing them. Don't do that. This is a dangerous, dangerous team. Kenny's a great guy doing a great job as the coach, so that should be a great one.
We have 2 KLAA teams scoring off in the D2 regional final between Livonia, Stevenson, and Canton.
You know, it took Stevenson a little bit to get going against Novi, but they got going and came away with a victory. Props to Canton. How about Canton? You know, it was funny. I was talking to Coach before the game, and he said, you know, we're looking to get that win, to get that win to make us feel good about what we're doing and advance in the playoffs. They got that against Walled Lake Northern.
And finally in Division 2, Trenton and Saline.
Is there anybody surprised out there? Anybody that Trenton is rolling at playoff time? Well, shame on you. You don't follow it then, because, I mean, that's what they do. They're a danger to anybody. We talked up Saline in the last few weeks. I was really impressed with seeing them out at the showcase. I think Coach Zagata, Coach Peterson, they got them heading in the right direction.
I'll be out at that game on Wednesday night, you know, that quick 5-minute drive from my house, and interested to see how the Trojan Pit is going to come out for that one.
Yeah, you know, they always respond, so they're going to need them. It's going to be a challenge against the upstart Saline team.
And in Division 3, let's start with Riverview Gabriel taking on Wyandotte Roosevelt.
Yeah, how about Roosevelt? You got to give them some love. You know, they're a team that, you know, worked their way to get in this spot. Gabriel Richard, as I said, I think they've been a top 10 team all year. What a statement this would be for Roosevelt.
And next up, we have Chelsea taking on Milford.
Chelsea, it should surprise nobody. You know, this is a team that we saw them up close and personal last year. They continue to do what they do behind, you know, a tremendous player as well. I'm going to say it again. I love Coach Gagnon in Milford, and that's a better team than people have given them credit for.
We feel like this is the top regional in any division on Wednesday night, Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Cranbrook.
Oh, what a dandy. I mean, seriously, what a dandy. You know, this is one where you ask 10 people and 5 people are going to say OLSM, 5 people are going to say Cranbrook. That's a beaut.
We head up north, Alpena taking on Gaylord.
Yeah, you know, interesting matchup there. Obviously, you know, here's the thing about that bracket. A lot of people just sit back and say, yeah, those guys are going to advance, and then, you know, Calumet's going to have too much for them. They hear that kind of stuff, you know, and we've seen some great runs in the past, Alpena in particular with Cooper Black. Let's see if one of those teams could put a scare into it.
And finally, it's the battle of the Saginaw Valley in Division 3, Midland Dow, Flint Powers.
Well, this should be awesome. By all accounts, the previous matchup was, and this is what we're talking about. Dow's in a position right now to do the same thing we were talking about just a couple minutes ago. Everybody has Powers moving on. A lot of guys have Powers winning it all. Dow's saying, hey, what about us? You know, we have one of the best players in the state. Oh, by the way, we're a better team than I think anybody gives us credit for as well.
All right, so good luck to all the teams in the regional finals on Wednesday night. And next week's State Champs Hockey Time, we'll be previewing the semifinals that's going to be happening at USA Hockey.
Isn't that crazy? We're already at that point. My goodness gracious.
All right, so that's it for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. So, Sean?
See you at the rink.
State Champs Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Detroit Medical Center, Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Warrior Hockey. And by Hystyx. Is your hockey team looking for new jerseys or apparel? Contact Hystyx at hystyx.com. They are ready to outfit your team in new jerseys and team apparel.